Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to the session on Krishna Leela. The series titled as Vraja Līlā Sudhā, Vraja Gopāla Krishna Leela in Vṛndāvan. We started this series about a week or 10 days ago on the occasion of Janmāṣṭamī that's coming up on September 4th. So in order to prepare our mind and to set a mood for Janmāṣṭamī, we started this series, and I can see that everybody is relishing very nicely as we are jumping in the ocean of Krishna Leela Sagara, Krishna Leela Samudra. So the Leela Kallola Varadi or Krida Kallola Varidi, the ocean of Krishna Leela. We started jumping into this ocean of Krishna Leela. We started this series with this beautiful shloka from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu written by Rupa Goswami. Sarvadbhuta chamatkara leela kallola varidhi atulya madhura prema mandhita priya mandhala trijagan manasakarshi murali kalakujita Asamanordhvarupa Shri Vismapita Characharaha. Krishna attracts everyone in the three planetary systems with his Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Prema Madhuri and Leela Madhuri. These are the four weapons that Krishna uses to attract the people in the material world so that they will be inspired to come to spiritual world to participate in these Nitya Leela with Śrī Krishna Bhagavan. So let's recite this shloka together. Sarvadbhuta chamatkara leela kallola varidhi
Sarvadbhuta chamatkara leela kallola varidhi
Atulya madhura prema mandita priya mandhala
Atulya madhura prema mandita priya mandala
Trijagan manasakarshi murali kalakujita
Trijagan manasakarshi murali kalakujita
Asamanordhvarupa Shri Vismapita Characharaha. Okay, 1 second.
Manordhurvarup Shri Vismapita
Characharaha.
Asamanodhvarupa Shri Vismapita Charachara.
Okay. So we started discussing this Krishna Leela series. We finished the Krishna Janma Leela, and we also discussed how Krishna killed different demons in Vṛndāvan, Mathura, and now we started discussing Krishna's Dolotsavam. We discussed Krishna's Dolotsavam, the festival occasion during which Nanda Mahārāja and Yaśodā put baby Bāla Gopāla Krishna into the cradle, and we all celebrated that like a festival. And then once Krishna is in the cradle, we started discussing the Cradle Pastimes, the different activities Krishna performed in the cradle. When Yaśodā, Nanda Mahārāja, they kept Krishna in the cradle, and Krishna was lying down in the cradle happily sucking his thumb or sucking his toenail. That looked like a pralaya. That form of Krishna looked like pralaya rupa to all the devatas. Okay, 1 second. So everyone started thinking, Brahma, Shiva, everyone started thinking, oh, is it the time for Pralaya now? Shiva started getting ready with Tandava Nritya, and Brahma was calculating, according to his calculations, it's not the time of dissolution. He was thinking, maybe my Lord has preponed Pralaya. I thought I was going to live for 321 trillion years, but now I have to I have to end my lifespan. And the ocean, the water level in the ocean kept on increasing. The waves kept on rising so high, and the Vata Vriksha, the banyan tree, Ashwatha tree, started increasing the size of the leaves so that Krishna can sit on those leaves happily. But what is Krishna doing actually in that Pralaya Rupa or here in the cradle? He is sucking his thumb because everybody is so focused, everybody is so attracted to Krishna's lotus feet. So Krishna was thinking, what is there in my lotus feet? Let me also taste it. So he was doing that. But all the other devatas, they started thinking it's a time for Pralaya. And while all this is happening, Yaśodamma, Nanda Mahārāja, they happily they are relishing the cradle pastimes with Krishna. Yeah, that is the mood of Rajavasis. That is the mood of people in Vṛndāvan. They don't consider him with Aishwarya Bhava. They don't worship him in Aishwarya Bhava. They worship him in Madhurya Bhava. So this is a beautiful shloka from Govinda Damodara Stotram that describes the cradle pastimes. Paryankika bhajamalam kumaram prasvapayantyo kila gopakanyah jagu prabandham swaratalabhaddham govinda damodara madhaveti. Let's repeat the shloka. Paryankika bhajamalam kumaram
Riyankika bhajamalam kumaram
prasvapayantyo kila gopakanyah
prasvapayatyo gopakanya
jagu prabandham swaratalabhaddham
jagu prabandham
Swaratārabhaddham
govinda damodara madhaveti.
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti.
So when Yaśodamma kept Bāla Gopāla in the cradle, everyone lined up to swing the cradle, and Yaśodamma would come near the cradle and tell the gopis, please don't swing the cradle too fast. It will be inconvenient for Bāla Gopāla. It will be inconvenient for Lala. Just can you do it a little gently? So like that, she used to take care of every little detail. And after all the gopis have left, Yaśodamma would take care of her household works, and every 5-10 minutes she would come to the cradle and she will see how Krishna is doing. She arranged so many different toys at his feet, by the side of the swing, all those things. And we also discussed how Yaśodamma tried to put Bāla Gopāla to sleep. He was not sleeping. Then Yaśodamma ordered Nidra Devi to do her job properly. Nidra Devi's job is to put the people to sleep. But when Bāla Gopāla was not sleeping, Yaśodamma commanded Nidra Devi with an instruction to put Bāla Gopāla to sleep. And when Bāla Gopāla, looking at Yaśodamma's sincere desire to put him to sleep, just like in Damodar Leela, Yaśodamma was not able to bind Krishna, and she kept on trying sincerely, very hard work. Looking at that Damodara, he let Yaśodamma tie him around the Ulukala. Similarly here, Yaśodamma kept on trying. She was singing songs and all kinds of activities. She was putting her wheel, her pallu on the face of Krishna, so that he will close his eyes and try to sleep. But none of them worked. And then she commanded Nidra Devi to put him to sleep. And then Bāla Gopāla, he offered his eyelids as an asana to Nidra Devi, and then he fell asleep. But he doesn't sleep for a long time, right? So after a few minutes, he woke up. And then we also discussed how Yaśodamma would pray to Parvati Devi, Katyayani, to bless Lala with all auspiciousness. She compared Bāla Gopāla with the moon, and she tells Parvati Devi that you also have moon in your family, I also have moon in our family. So why don't you show consideration? Parvati Devi, why don't you show consideration? It's a moon to moon connection, like heart to heart connection. Like two people of the same caste, two people of the same country, they have some connection, right? So here moon to moon connection. Yaśodamma was invoking that connection. You have a moon in in your family. Lord Śiva has moon on his Jata Juta, and now Krishna Chandra is our moon. So please bless him with all auspiciousness. Okay?
చిన్నప్పుడు కూడా నిద్రపించేటప్పుడు చందమామనే చూపిస్తారు కదా ప్రభుజీ.
కరెక్ట్. చందమామ పాటలు పాడతారు. చందమామ రావే ఝాబిల్లి రావే.
ప్రభుజీ క్లాస్ అసలే మీ ఇష్టం ప్రభుజీ.
అలాంటి రిస్క్ ఏం తీసుకోదలుచుకోలేదు నేను. ఓకే, సో
మీరు చాలా బాగా పాడుతున్నారు. పాడితే అందరూ పుడుకుంటారేమో క్లాస్ లో.
ఓకే, లాస్ట్ లో పాడతాను.
మేమేమో గానీ డెఫినెట్ గా కృష్ణ నిద్రపోతారు ప్రభుజీ.
స్వామీజీ పాడితే మేమంతా నిద్రపోస్తాము.
ఓ ప్రేమ కూడా మాట్లాడతారా?
కొంచెం తెలుగు వస్తుంది, అవుతుంది, మాట్లాడడానికి వచ్చేది అంతా.
ఓకే.
Bangalorean, we learn all languages and be friendly with other states.
బెంగళూరులో ఉంటే అన్ని వస్తాయి, తెలుగు, తమిళ, కన్నడ అన్ని వస్తాయి.
Like that I know little bit.
Okay, very good. Okay, now so we'll discuss some more episodes of Krishna's pastimes, Cradle Pastimes. One day, Nanda Mahārāja, the day before Krishna was born, Nanda Mahārāja had a dream. In that dream, he saw the appearance of Krishna. He saw the birth of Krishna. And he saw that Bāla Gopāla sitting in the lap of Yaśodamma, and Yaśodamma was feeding Krishna all her heartfelt emotions in the form of milk. Yaśodamma was feeding to Bāla Gopāla. And Krishna was happily giggling, smiling, and sitting in the lap of Yaśodamma. He was happily playing. So this is the shloka. Śyāmaścñcala-chārudīrgha-nayano bhālastavaṅkastale dugdho-dhāri-payodhare sputamasau kridanmaya lokyate swapnastat-kimuჯhāgara kimatetyetanna niṣcīyate satyam brūhi swadharmini spurati kim soyam tavapyastare. So this is the shloka Nanda Mahārāja tells to Yaśodamma, saying that Nanda Mahārāja revealed to Yaśodamma. So he's describing about his dream to Yaśodā. O Yaśode, O Swadharmini, I see a dark boy with large restless eyes. I see him playing and sitting on your lap. I see him drinking milk from your breast. When I see him, am I dreaming or am I awake? I do not know. O saintly wife, please tell me the truth. Do you also see him in your heart? So Nanda Mahārāja was expressing to Yaśodamma, O Yaśode, I was seeing in this dream, and at that time I was not sure whether I was dreaming or was I seeing something for real. And also now I am awake, and while I am describing to you also, I am not sure whether I am dreaming or I am really telling you for sure. Now why did Nanda Mahārāja say like this? Because Krishna, such the most beautiful Trijagan Manasakarshi Krishna, with his Śyāmaścñcala Dirgha Nayana, with all the beautiful description, Krishna is born as their son. So he was not sure whether what he was seeing in the dream, was it actually dream or real. And now even when he is describing, whether he is not sure whether it's a dream or for real. So double confusion. So let's recite this shloka and then we'll discuss more meaning about this. Śyāmaścñcala-chārudīrgha-nayano bālastavaṅkastale
Śyāma-cañcala-chārudīrgha-nayano bālastavaṅkastale
दुग्धोधारिपयोधरे स्फुटमसा क्रीडन्मया लोक्यते
दुग्धोधारिपयोधरे स्फुटमसा क्रीडन्मया लोक्यते
स्वप्नस्तत्किमुजागर किमथ वेद्य तन्न निश्चीयते सत्यं ब्रूहि सधर्मिणि स्फुरति किं सोऽयं तवाप्यस्तरे
सत्यं ब्रूहि सधर्मिणि स्फुरति किं सोऽयं तवाप्यन्तरे.
స్వప్న ఇవాళ నువ్వు జాయిన్ అవ్వదా, అందుకే నీ పేరు వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ.
అదే అనుకుంటున్నాను, నా పేరు వచ్చింది. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
డ్రీమ్. Nanda Mahārāja is describing about dream. Swapnastat kimu jagara kimatavetyanna nishchiyate. Oh Yaśode, you please tell me for certainly, nishchiyate. Am I really sitting in front of you and describing this, or is it a dream? So double confusion. Overwhelmed, he turns to his wife Yaśodā, seeking validation of the beautiful dark-skinned child manifesting entirely within his heart. And he asked, "O Yaśodā, did you also see something like this in your heart?" So the Shastra says, when you make a promise to somebody, but you fail to fulfill that promise, you have to, the remedy, the prayaschitta for that is, whatever you promise to do to that person, you have to do 3 times actually. Let's say Swapna promises me, she comes to the temple every day. One day Swapna tells me that I will, I'll make nice sweets, gulab jamun for you. But she fails to fulfill her promise. The
You want gulab jamun?
remedy is she has to make 3 different sweets. So similarly, when Yaśodamma, when both Devaki Devi, Vasudeva, and Nanda Mahārāja and Yaśodā, they all pray to Bhagavan to have a child like him. But he cannot fulfill the promise. God cannot fulfill that promise because there is nobody like him. Asamana urdva rupashri. Asamana urdva rupashri vismapita characharaha. There is nobody equal or above him. So then the Lord decided to appear himself as the son of Devaki Vasudeva and the son of Yaśodā Nanda Mahārāja. Now, because he could not fulfill the promise, what is the reality? The reality is he did more than what they desired, right? What they desired is they wanted to have a child like Bhagavan. But Bhagavan himself appeared as their child. But technically, he could not fulfill their promise. They asked for a child like him, not himself, but they asked for a child like him. Even though he did more than their desire, but because he could not fulfill that promise, he appeared as a child to them 3 times. To Devaki and Vasudeva, who were Vrishni and Sutapa in the previous lifetimes. In one lifetime, that same Bhagavan Krishna appeared as Prishti Garbha. And in the next life, he appeared as Vamana. And then to Aditi and Kashyapa, he appeared as Vamana. And in the third life, he appeared as Krishna to Devaki and Vasudeva. So that Bhagavan who controls everything in the in the world. Now he becomes a little boy and is ready to be chastised by Mother Yaśodā. Intimate, playful, and completely dependent, bound only by Mother Yaśodā's affection, inspires boundless protective love. Okay, now, so looking at this, how does the creator of all the universes become helpless child who cries, sleeps in a cradle and needs to be fed? Because this was the confusion of Nanda Mahārāja, right? I saw that in the dream, I saw that that Bhagavan Krishna appeared as our son. So the Acharyas explain, how is this possible? What is the mystery of this Supreme Personality of Godhead being born as a child to Devaki Vasudeva or Yaśodā Nanda Mahārāja? Vatsalyamamodhayitum tayostat शिशुर्भवन् पालनलालनाभ्याम् अलौकिकैरेव नमस्तभावै सलौकिकत्वं स्वयमेति लोके. In order to delight the parental affection, vatsalya, of those two, Nanda and Yaśodā, Krishna himself became a little child, allowing them to protect him and fondle him. Although all his emotions and activities are completely transcendental, alaukika, he voluntarily assumes the appearance of an ordinary human behavior, laukikatva, within this world. Vatsalyam amoditum, in order to delight and bring to fully relish the parental affection. Because this Krishna who appeared to Yaśodā and Nanda Mahārāja is actually the Narayana Tattva, Narayana Samoguna. Lata garu, మీ లైన్ మ్యూట్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. So in Vaikuntha, in Kshira Sagara, he was lacking of this parental affection. Everybody worships Vishnu, Narayana with Aishwarya Bhava. So he was lacking this Vatsalya Bhava there. Shri Vaikunta Viraktaya Swami Pushkarini Tate Ramaya Ramamanaya Venkateshaya Mangalam. So when Srimad Narayana was bored with Vaikuntha, then he came to Tirumala Kshetra, and by the side of Swami Pushkarini, along with Rama Devi, Lakshmi Devi, he started performing his Leelas. So similarly, as part of that Leela, we know how Venkateshwara Swami, Balaji, why is he called as Balaji? Because he is none other than Krishna himself, and he promised to Yaśodamma, when Yaśodamma could not see the marriage of Krishna and Radha, she was little disappointed. To fulfill that promise, that same Krishna appears as Venkateshwara Swami along with Padmavati Devi, and Yaśodamma appears as Vakula Mata and performs their marriage. For the purpose of Palana and Lalana. Lalana is fondling, caressing, pampering with affection. Palana, protecting, taking care of, nurturing, all of this. So Bhagavan withdraws his alaukikatvam and he assumes laukikatvam, human behavior, for the purpose of lalana and palana. He was lacking this in Vaikuntha, lalan, palan. He was lacking this. The joy of protecting the protector, and Yaśodamma was equally relishing that lalan and palana. That palana, the protection to that person who is the protector of the three worlds. By playing the role of a helpless infant, the Supreme Lord gives Nanda and Yaśodā the ultimate spiritual gift, the ability to feel that they are protecting him. And he allows himself to be fed, carried, and put to rest, so that his devotees can fully relish the sweet, infinite emotions of caressing the Supreme Lord. So Vatsalya Rasa is a higher class. It is just one grade below Madhurya Rasa. It's just one grade below Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa is the superset of all the other 4 rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya. Everything is included in Madhurya Rasa. But this Vatsalya Rasa, it's just one grade below Madhurya Rasa. So it is of higher class. The ecstasy of Vatsalya Rasa is of higher class. Okay? Now, what happened to my slides? 1 second. Okay, so now we have to put Krishna to sleep, right? So Yaśodamma tried putting Krishna to sleep, and she ordered the Nidra Devi to put him to sleep, and finally Krishna fell asleep. So like that, every day Yaśodamma has to do something to put Bāla Gopāla to sleep. So once and every day she would tell nice stories to Bāla Gopāla to put him to sleep. So one day Yaśodamma was telling this story. Every day Yaśodamma would tell all his own stories only. Narasimha Avatara, Matsya Kurma, Varaha Vamana, all these different avatars stories Yaśodamma would tell to Krishna. And Krishna would say, yes, I know that story. And Yaśodamma would think, oh, he's just acting. So one day Yaśodamma tells this beautiful story about Ramachandra. We already discussed this during Mukundamala Stotra or Chaurashtakam, or sometime we discussed this. But for those who did not attend that time, and for those who also attended that time, for them it is a refresher. So 5 minutes we will discuss this, and then we will go to another episode of Cradle Pastime. Ramo nama bhabhuva tadabala siteti tam piturvacha panchavati tate viharatas tasya haradravana nidhrartam janani katamiti hare omkarata shrunvataha saumitre kwa dhanuriti vyagragira pantunaha. So this shloka beautifully has the mother Yaśodamma as the narrator of the story and Krishna as the listener. And whenever somebody is telling a story and the other person listening to it, the person who is listening, what will they say? The children especially. In between they'll say, like that. So here Krishna also says, in between he says, and that is also included in the shloka. The hunkara is included in the shloka. You see the word, the syllable whom appears 2 times. So Yaśodamma said, once upon a time there was a king by name Rama. Ramo nama babhuva. And Krishna said, I know that. I am that Rama. Tadabala Siteti. And he had, that great king Rama had a beautiful wife, Sita. Krishna says, I know that also. She's my wife. Tam piturvacha panchavati tate viharata. In order to fulfill the word given to his father, in order to obey the words of his father, he went on Vanavasa. He went for Vanavasa to the forest and started living at Panchavati hermitage. And then what happened? Tam piturvacha panchavati tate viharata tasya haradravanaha. Ravana kidnapped Sita. Nidhrartam janani. Janani means mother, Mother Yaśodā. What is her purpose? What is her goal? Nidra. To put Bāla Gopāla to sleep. Nidhrartam. Nidhrartam janani katāmiti harer omkārata shrunvataha. Yaśodamma's purpose is to put Bāla Gopāla to sleep. And Krishna, with Omkara, he kept on hearing the story. And then as soon as Yaśodamma said, Tasya haradravanaha, Ravana kidnapped Sita. As soon as Yaśodamma narrated this line, Krishna immediately got up. He was listening all this while very calmly. And then as soon as Yaśodamma narrated that line, that Ravana kidnapped Sita, Krishna immediately got alert. And he said, Saumitre kwa dhanur dhanuriti vyagra gira pantunaha. Oh Saumitre, Lakshmana, oh Lakshmana, where is my bow? Where is my bow? Where is my bow? Let us go and protect Sita. So Krishna immediately assumed the role of Rama and he started acting in that. Saumitre kwa dhanuriti vyagra gira pantunaha. May that Bāla Gopāla, who assumed the role of Rama, always protect all of us. Pantunaha, vyagra gira pantunaha. And Yaśodamma was thinking, am I telling this story to put him to sleep or to wake him up? So like that, Yaśodamma every day, she has a hard time putting Bāla Gopāla to sleep. So let's recite this shloka together. Ramo nama bhabhuva
Ramo nama bhabhuva
tadabala siteti
tadabala siteti
tam piturvacha panchavati tate viharata.
tam piturvacha panchavati tate viharata
Tasya haradravanaha.
tasya haradravanaha
Nidhrartam janani
nidhrartam janani
katāmiti hare
kathamiti hare
omkārata shrunvataha.
omkaratah shrunvataha.
Naumitre kwa dhanuriti.
सौमित्रे धनुर्धनुरिति
Vyagra gira pantunaha.
व्यग्राहिरपान्तुनः.
And somehow, after some time, even though Krishna assumes the role of Rama and then he wakes up, he becomes active, and then somehow Yaśodamma puts him to sleep. Now, one day, what happens when Krishna was sleeping like this? What happens? Just like how the children in this world, when they are sleeping also, they start talking something. They start, they start speaking all small, cute words. They don't make any sense. Goo goo, gaga, giga, something they would say. So like that, our Bāla Gopāla, let us see what he was telling. One day, he was telling this in his sleep. While he was sleeping, he was telling this. Shambho swagatamasyatamita ito vamena padmodbhava kraunchare kushalam sukam surapate vitteshano drushyase ittam swapnagatasya kaitabaripo shrutva jananya gira kim bhalaka jalpasiditi ruchitam tu krutam patunaha. So this shloka and the previous shloka, these two are from Krishna Karnamrutam. The Ramo Nama Babuva shloka from Krishna Karnamruta written by Leela Shuka Bilva Mangala Thakur, and this one also. Okay. So what is he saying? While baby Krishna was sleeping, he began speaking. Oh Shambhu, Lord Śiva, welcome, please sit here. Oh lotus born Brahma, Padmanabha Brahma, come sit on my left. Oh slayer of Krauncha, that is Kartikeya, are you well? Are you doing well? Oh Lord of the gods, are you comfortable? Indra. Oh Lord of wealth, Kubera, you are hardly ever seen. Because in the material world, almost everyone is poverty stricken compared to the wealth of the previous yugas. So because Leela Shuka Bilvamangala Thakur is from Kali Yuga. So hearing her little child speaking such extraordinary words in his sleep, Mother Yaśodā lovingly said, "What is this, my child? What are you babbling?" And then Yaśodamma, she was thinking, maybe there is some evil force, inauspicious thing. So let me take out that dishti, that nazar. Let me do nazar utarna. And then she took some salt in her hand and she put in front of Krishna's eyes. She did, okay. So she did that nazar utarna, dishti tidam. 3 times she did that, and then thu. That is also given in the shloka. So if somebody is thinking that this is a sentiment, this is a false sentiment, or what do you call that, superstitious thing, it's not required to do. Here is a pramana. Yaśodamma did this to Bāla Gopāla. So it works. It is pramana and it works. So let's discuss this shloka more.
ఫస్ట్ టైం సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి వర్డ్ వినిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ. నెవర్ హర్ట్.
Krauncha.
నెవర్ హర్ట్.
Yeah. Okay. Shambho Swagatam. Shiva, welcome. Shambho Swagatam. ito vamena padmanabho. Vama. Vama bhagam means left side. Oh lotus born Brahma, sit here on my left. Padmodbhava means born from the lotus of Vishnu's navel. Kraunchare Kaushalam, O slayer of Krauncha, are you well? O king of the Devas, are you comfortable? Vittesha no Drishyase, O lord of wealth Kuvera, you are hardly seen these days. So like that, Krishna is inviting everybody. Wow, look at that picture. The cow is also coming and looking at Krishna. How beautiful. Oh Kanhā, kim kim bhalaka jalpasi. Oh Kanhā, what are you mumbling in your sleep? Her Vatsalya Prema completely covers any awareness of his Aishwarya. To her, he is not Jagannatha, but he is simply her child. Dhu dhu, my little one, sleep, sleep. So all the devotees, we pray to him. We pray to Bhagavan, may Lord Krishna protect us. And here, Yaśodamma is offering some prayers for the protection of Bāla Gopāla. May that sound dhu dhu protect Bāla Gopāla. Yaśodā protects Krishna. Kaitaba Ripu, the slayer of demons. That powerful Bhagavan who killed Madhu Kaitaba demons, now he needs protection. The Supreme Lord may command innumerable number universes, yet his highest joy is found when Yaśodā hears him taking in his sleep, asks, why are you babbling, my child? And lovingly puts him back to sleep. So to Yaśodamma Nanda Mahārāja, it all looks like Krishna is just dreaming, and in his dream he is saying something. Right? Okay, let's recite this shloka. Shambho swagatamāsyata ito.
Shambho swagatamāsyatāmitayito.
Shambho swagatamāsyata ito.
Shambho swagatamāsyatāmitayito.
Vāmena padmodbhava.
Vāmena padmodbhava.
Kraunchare kushalam sukham surapate.
Kraunchare kushalam sukham surapate.
With Kraunchare kushalam sukham surapate.
Kraunchare kushalam sukham surapate.
Vittesha no drushyase.
Vitteshana drushyase.
Ittam swapnagatasya kaitaribho kaitabaripo.
Itam swapnagatasya kaitavaripo.
Ittam swapnagatasya kaitabaripo.
Itam swapnagatasya kaitavaripo.
Shrutva jananya gira.
श्रुत्वा जनन्या गिरा
श्रुत्वा जनन्या गिरा
श्रुत्वा जनन्या गिरा
किं किं बालकजल्पसीति रचितम्
किं बालकजल्पसीति रचितम्
किं किं बालकजल्पसीति रचितम्
किं बालकजल्पसीति रचितम्
धूतो कृतं पातु न
धूतकृतं पातु न
धूतो कृतं पातु न
धूतकृतं पातु न.
So this is such a beautiful shloka. Okay. Now because Krishna has called, what did he call? Shambho Swagatam, right? Now, because he calls, he has to come, right? Because he is the master. Krishna is the master of Shambho. When the master calls, he has to go. So that's another episode that we are going to discuss now. Okay. One day, when Krishna is in the cradle, these are the days when Krishna is still in the cradle. Yaśodamma is still nurturing Krishna in the cradle. Krishna has not learnt crawling yet, so he is still in the cradle. So one day, Lord Śiva, hearing the happy news that the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as Bāla Gopāla in Vṛndāvan, Lord Śiva also wanted to come and see him. So Lord Śiva appeared as a yogi in Vṛndāvan. He came in the disguise of a yogi, a sadhu. And when he came in front of the house of Yaśodamma and Nanda Mahārāja, how he appeared? He has lot of snakes on his body. He is wearing the skulls on his head as a garland. He's wearing the tiger skin. So all this, and he has ashes smeared all over his body. So this form is not definitely not very pleasing to the people in Vṛndāvan. Lord Śiva is very beautiful. Definitely he is very, very beautiful. Just as Parvati Devi is so beautiful, Lord Śiva is also very beautiful. Even with all the ashes smeared on his body, he is extremely beautiful. But this kind of decoration on his body is not seen in Vṛndāvan. So that's why everybody was very frightened to see this form. And then, and Yaśodamma, out of fear, looking at this frightening form of yogi, Yaśodamma hides Krishna. He wears live snakes. What inauspicious! And the gopis, the gopis come and tell Yaśodamma that, oh Yaśodē, there is a yogi who came in the town and who is standing in front of your house now. And Yaśodamma says, I know there are only few yogis in the dress of a yogi or sadhu, saffron clad in yogis. There are only few. I know most of them. So who is that person who has come here? Can you describe him? Then the gopis start describing all this alankara. He's wearing snakes, live snakes on his body, and he has skulls as a garland. And he has some damarukam in his hand. And hearing this description, Yaśodamma says, I have never seen such a yogi in Vṛndāvan. So who is this personality actually? Then the gopis go to this yogi and ask him, who are you? Why have you come here? And the yogi says, I along with my beautiful wife, together we came here. We heard that there is a beautiful child who is born to Yaśodā. We came to see him. And then taking Yaśodamma's words, the gopis tell to Shiva, the yogi, that you are wearing all live snakes. What kind of yogi are you who came to see the small child? He will be frightened looking at your decoration. Please go back. Then Shambhu, in the form of yogi, he tells, no, please don't say that. I came here from far distance to see this beautiful child of Yaśodā. Please don't send me back. I definitely want to see him. And then he says, I will, I came here on a mission, that because this child is just born, I and my wife, we are experts in making Janma Kundali. We are experts in making the horoscope chart. So let me come inside. We want to see the child and we want to make a horoscope chart for the child. And then Yaśodamma, hearing these words from the gopis, she says, a person who has all live snakes on his body, what kind of horoscope he's going to draw? And if there is a Kala Sarpa dosha, what if this person, this yogi, he will see Kala Sarpa dosha? Because he is wearing all snakes, the only thing that he can point out is Kala Sarpa dosha. And if at all he says something like that, I will be frightened. So I don't want all this to happen, and I'm locking the door. I'm not letting this yogi come inside. And then Lord Shiva, he's out of because there is no other option, he just closes his eyes and he prays to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are my master. I came to take your darshan here, and you know me, you know who am I here. So please give me an opportunity to get your darshan. So Lord Shiva prays like that, and then but without causing much disturbance, he just leaves. He just leaves from that place. And then wherever the devotees remember him, wherever the devotees sing of his names, Krishna or Vishnu, they appear there. They are present there. Yatra gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami narada. Wherever the devotees sing of his glories, wherever the devotees think of him, Bhagavan is present there. So as soon as Shiva in the form of yogi remembered and meditated on Krishna and prayed to Krishna, Krishna understood that. And then what happened? Krishna started crying out loudly. Krishna started crying out very loudly. And what is this cry? This cry is the call for Shiva. This cry is the call for Shiva. Now as soon as and Krishna never cried like this before in the past few days. So this time he was crying out really very loud. So everybody was surprised. All the gopis, Yaśodamma, everybody was very surprised. They were shocked to see what happened. Why is he crying out so loud? Then the gopis said, "Oh Yaśodē, maybe we offended that yogi who came to our house. Maybe is this the inauspicious thing that is happening because we offended the yogi and sent him away?" Then Yaśodamma, out of helplessness, she agrees. The gopis say, maybe we should call that yogi inside and then Krishna will stop crying. And Yaśodamma agrees with the words of gopis, and then finally they all go and call this yogi. And then this yogi, who is none other than Shiva, he comes inside and he looks at he takes darshana of Krishna, but he doesn't show any sign of, he doesn't show any sign that he is Shambhu. And then Lord Shiva playing Damaru, he goes around the cradle, dancing around the cradle, and he snaps near the ears of Krishna. So he does all those things. Just like when you when there is a yogi in the town, right? They say Alak Niranjan, Alak Niranjan. Yeah, they keep on saying like that, and just gently playing Damaru, say Alak Niranjan, Alak Niranjan. And then they come near the children, and then they snap near the ears of the children, just to ward off any evil forces. Lord Shiva also did exactly like that. So here Krishna, recognizing his eternal servant Gopeshwar Mahādeva, baby Krishna immediately stops crying, and he starts laughing, smiling. So he becomes very happy now. And then looking at Krishna stop his crying and happily smiling and laughing, she respects this yogi, and then she offers some boon. She offers some priceless jewels. And obviously Lord Shiva is Bhola Shankar. He's he doesn't need any of all these things. And instead of those precious jewels, Lord Shiva asked a boon from Yaśodamma, that please give me eternal residence in Vṛndāvan. And whenever you bathe him, and whenever this child cries, you please call me. Whenever the child cries, you please call me. Okay, all the devatas, they are praying, they are singing glories of Krishna by reciting Vedas. But they are not able to understand him fully. They are not able to obtain him. Whereas the fortune of Nanda Mahārāja and Yaśodā is so great that Krishna appeared as an ordinary child in their family. So so below Mangal Thakur, he says, I will bow down and take shelter of Nanda and Yaśodā. Their love gives support, so that God who gives support to the whole world. So Sūrdas, okay, the famous poet, great devotee of Krishna from Vallabha Sampradaya, disciple of Vallabhacharya, he writes something about Krishna's childhood pastimes, the baby pastimes, Bāla Gopāla pastimes. When Krishna cries, Sūrdas describes this as Omkara. Just like how children cry, And that sounds like Om. Ah, Om, ah. It sounds like Omkara, Om, Pranavanadam. Huh? Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranava sarva vedeshu shabdakke paurusham rushu. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, of all the sounds, I am the Pranavanada, Omkara. So the first words that appeared from Krishna, from Bāla Gopāla, when he was in the cradle, was Omkara. The crying of Bāla Gopāla sounded like Omkara. The first earthly sounds to emerge from the baby's mouth were these three syllables, forming the sacred Omkara, the essence of all the mantras. So just like in the beginning of any ritual, before beginning Arati or before beginning the battle in Kurukshetra, before beginning any big ceremony, they blow the conch shell. They blow the conch shell indicating Pranavanada, Omkara. Similarly, Bāla Gopāla, before he starts crawling, before he starts walking, before he starts playing with his Gopa boys, before he starts taking care of the cows, before he starts killing other demons, and before he does many other wonderful Leelas in Vṛndāvan as Bāla Krishna, before he starts before he starts playing flute, Venu Pranavanada. In Krishna Karnamrita, Leela Shuka Biluvamangal Thakura, in a beautiful shloka, he describes Venu Ganam as Venu Pranavanada. So this Bāla Gopāla, before he starts learning how to sing Venu Pranavanada, he is indicating the beginning of his Leelas. He is doing inauguration of his Leelas with Omkara. So Omkara is the inaugural sound vibration before anything big happens, before any big celebration ceremony happens. Like that, Bāla Gopāla also did the inauguration of his Leelas with Pranavanada, Omkara. And the same Surdas, he describes, when Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga, it was not just Dwapara Yuga. Rather, all the 4 yugas appeared together. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. Everything appeared together. How? Kruteya dhyayato Vishnu Tretayam yajato makai Dwapare parichariyayam kalau tat harikirtanat. Kruteya dhyayato Vishnu. In Kruta Yuga or Satya Yuga, what is the recommended method? Dhyanam. Vishnu Dhyanam. So when Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga, all the yogis in Dwapara Yuga, all the yogis and saints, they were meditating very deeply. Because Bhagavan is going to appear, they know that, right? So they were meditating very deeply. So the Satya Yuga potency appeared. When the Yuga appeared, in the sense, when Surdas writes saying that all the 4 yugas appeared when Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga, it means the potency, the Mahima, the Yuga Mahima appeared. The Satya Yuga potency of Dhyana Shakti appeared when Krishna was born. And Treta Yuga Yajna Shakti appeared. Tretayam yajato makaihi. The prescribed method in Treta Yuga is Yajna. Brahmanas continuously perform sacrifices. And in Dwapara Yuga, when Krishna appeared, before Krishna appeared, and immediately after Krishna appeared, all the Brahmanas in Dwapara Yuga, in Mathura, in Vṛndāvan, all the Brahmanas, they performed elaborative yajnas, continuous yajnas, breaking coconuts and chanting mantras for the child's protection. And the Dwapara Yuga, Dwapare Paricharyayam, deity worship. In all the temples in Dwapara, in Mathura, Vṛndāvan, all the devotees, they performed elaborative worship of the deities, Vishnu, Narayana, deities. And Krute and Kalau Tad Hari Kirtanat. The prescribed method in Kali Yuga is Harinama Sankirtana. And everybody, all the gopis, everybody, they started chanting Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. They started chanting different names of the Lord. Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram. So many different names of Krishna, everybody chanted. So the Yuga Shakti or the Yuga Mahima, the potency of all these 4 yugas appeared at once when Krishna was born in Dwapara Yuga. And since we are talking about cradle pastimes, Krishna, before he was kept on the special cradle made out of sandalwood by Vishwakarma, before that, Krishna was in a temporary arrangement on a piece of cloth or a small bed or somewhere. And then when Nanda Mahārāja did this muhurta and made this cradle during the Dolotsavam, they kept Krishna in that sandalwood cradle. And sometimes Yaśodamma takes Krishna, Bāla Gopāla, into her arms, and then she rocks him like a cradle. She swings him to and fro like a cradle. So Surdas describes that even though there are many different types of cradles, but the best cradle for Bāla Gopāla is the arms of Yaśodamma. That is the supreme resting place. The mother Yaśoda's arms are the supreme resting place, carrying him from room to room, represents the absolute perfection of Vatsalya Rasa. So Krishna is like a lotus flower. His eyes are lotus, his lips are lotus, his face is lotus, his whole body is like a lotus garden. Namo Pankajanaභāya, Namo Pankajamaline, Namo Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. So if Krishna is that lotus, Yaśodamma is bumblebee, drinking the nectar of Krishna, and Yaśodamma feels like she becomes hypnotized by the sweet nectar of Krishna lotus. So Yaśodamma keeps telling nice stories. And when Krishna is in the cradle, Krishna starts speaking Krishna starts blabbering. And Yaśodamma would also answer to Krishna's words in blabbering only. If Krishna says goo goo ga ga goo, Yaśodamma would also say the same thing, goo goo ga ga goo. And then looking at this conversation all the elderly gopis who come to see Krishna, they all say, "Oh wow, what a beautiful conversation these two are having." So like that, everybody feels so much of joy in this conversation. And one day, Yaśodamma and Nanda Mahārāja, they ask, no, the gopis ask actually. The gopis ask, Kanhā, who do you like the most? And no, first they say, can you say Mata? And Bāla Gopāla, as he starts learning words, learning to speak, right? The gopis ask, Gopal, can you say Mata? Gopal says, Mata. And the gopis say, can you say Tata? Tata means, in Sanskrit, Tata means father. Tata can also means grandfather. Tata can also mean son. Tata can means father. The gopis say, can you say, Gopal, can you say Tata? Gopal will say, Tata. Now the gopis, they ask, Gopal, who do you like the most? Mata or Tata? And Gopal says, Mata. And Nanda Mahārāja says, oh, that means you like mother, you like Yaśodā better than me? You like Yaśodā more than me? Then the elderly gopis, they give their purport, they give their bhashyam. They give a commentary on that, saying that, no, Nanda Baba, no. When Gopal says Mata, Ma means Mata, Ta means Tata. That means he likes both Mata and Tata. So like that, they say that. So these are the sweet cradle pastimes of Bāla Gopāla. As he starts speaking small words, and very soon he will start crawling also. So with that, we'll pause here for today. Any questions, comments, reflections? Anybody?
ప్రభు వాళ్ళు చెప్పిన శ్లోకాలు సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ది శ్లోకాస్ వేయలేదు అక్కడ.
సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద శ్లోకాస్ కృష్ణ కర్ణామృత కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని ఏమో సూర్దాస్ సూర్సాగర్.
ఓకే ఓకే,
యా, నేను పంపిస్తాను.
శంభు అనేది బిల్వమంగళ ఠాకూర్దా?
శంభు స్వాగతం కృష్ణ కర్ణామృత. యా, బిల్వమంగళ ఠాకూర్.
అయితే మేము మళ్ళీ ఆ క్లాస్ లో కూడా వినొచ్చా ఈ శ్లోకాన్ని?
కర్ణామృతంలోనా? అది ఇంకా సంవత్సరం పడుతుందేమో ఆ శ్లోకం వచ్చేటప్పటికి మనం. సో ప్రణవనాదం అని చెప్పాను కదా, ఆ శ్లోకం కూడా ఇక్కడ చెప్దాం మనం. నిన్న కృష్ణ కర్ణామృతం క్లాస్ లో చెప్పాం కదా, అది వీళ్ళకి కూడా చూపిస్తాను ఒకసారి నేను. Okay, I have this in Telugu because it's for the Telugu class. I'll just sing the shloka. Barhotam savilasi kunthalabaram madhuryamagnanam प्रोन्मीलन्नवयौवनं प्रविलसद्वेणु प्रणाधामृतम् आपीनस्तनकुड्मलाभिरभितो गोपीभिराराधितुम् ज्योतिश्चेतसि नश्चकास्ति जगतामेकाभिरामाद्भुतम् Venu Pranadamrutam. There we discussed about Bāla Gopāla crying with an Onkara, Pranavanada. before he starts doing any Leelas, before he starts learning how to sing flute, before he does Pranavanādamrutam with his Venu, he cried with Onkara Shabda. And here, Leela Shuka, the same Leela Shuka Bilwa Mangal Thakur, he describes Krishna's Kaishora Leela as a youth, as a young Krishna, Kaishora Leela. Pronmilan Nava Yavvanam Pravilasa Dvenu Pranadhamrutam. Okay.
ప్రణామమన్నా ప్రణాదమన్నా ఒకటేనా?
Pranadamrutam.
మామూలుగా ముకుందమాల్లో మంత్రం స ప్రణవం ప్రణామ సహితం అని ఉంటుంది.
Yeah.
ఆ ప్రణామం వేరు, ఈ ప్రణాదం వేరా?
అక్కడ మంత్రం స ప్రణవం pranama sahitam. Pranava is Onkara. So here Pranadamrutam. The Pranadamrutam. That's the word here.
So what is the pranadamrutam means?
Pranadamrutam is that Onkara only.
Oh,
Onkara Shabda. The nectar of the Onkara Shabda, that Pranavanadam coming from his flute. Venu Pranadamrutam. Mantram sa Pranavam
pranama
sahitam. Pranama is Namaskara. Pranavam is that Onkara. So here Pranadamrutam.
So pranavam is the pranavadamrutam.
Correct. Yeah, Venu Pranadamrutam.
Yeah.
ప్రణాదామృతాన
Pranadamrutam.
బాలేదు.
Pranadamrutam. Okay. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gudatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Shri Krishna Leela ki jai.
Jai.
Līlā Sudhā ki jai.
Jai.
Vraja Gopāla Krishna Leela ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow also we continue with some more pastimes of Krishna in the cradle. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.